A girl ran towards the beach after seeing a mysterious red light falling from the sky. As the mysterious red light falls into the sea, it reveals the silhouette of a strange tall monster. A terrified girl hurries back to hide in the jungle. Soon the monster steps on the island and searches among the bushes, but it doesn't see her and leaves without attacking. Her name was Jen. After losing her boat in an accident, an unconscious Jen washed ashore on this island. Now, she's trapped here, along with the monster, unsure if she'll live to see the sun rise again. Jen uses the sailcloth, some belts, and rope to make a hammock, which she hangs high in the trees. This allows her to have a better view of the area from above and stay out of the monster's reach. That night, Jen feels relatively safe in the hammock when she notices the monster walking among the bushes. Suddenly, it starts pulling at the ropes to bring the hammock down, causing Jen to scream and struggle in the sailcloth until she falls. She immediately starts running as the monster chases her, jumping in and out of the water to move faster. Eventually, it lands in front of her, and a terrified Jen stabs it with her spear. However, the beast throws her onto the sand. It hits her again, sending her into the water, but just as it seems the monster will kill her, a sudden thunderclap scares it away. Drenched and shaken, Jen climbs a tree and spends the night there under the rain, even though it's an uncomfortable position. In the morning, Jen examines her leg and finds a nasty wound. She has no idea what to do and feels utterly helpless on this island. When night falls, the monster returns to the island, searching through the bushes. However, it doesn't see Jen and eventually leaves without attacking. Days pass with Jen surviving by fishing during the day and hiding in a hole at night. After much practice, she finally manages to kill a small shark with her spear. Sometime later, the waves deposit another body on the shore. When Jen investigates, she discovers the corpse has severe facial wounds caused by the monster, and it's also missing its legs. She hangs the body on the tree and hides in her hole, staying awake this time to watch the monster. It arrives quickly, brings the body down, and starts feeding on it. At that moment, Jen hears a plane flying overhead. She gasps but doesn't dare leave her hiding spot, as the monster is still walking near her hole. After failing to find her, the monster returns to the ocean, but by then, the plane is already gone. The next day, she sees a life raft floating nearby and immediately jumps in the water to reach it. There are two people inside, her boyfriend Lucas and Brad's girlfriend Mia. Jen helps them reach the shore, and the couple reunites with a tight hug. Then Jen shares her fish and the sodas while trying to tell her friends about the monster, insisting they should use the raft to leave. However, Lucas and Mia don't believe her. They think she's been seeing things, and they refuse to get back on the raft because the isolation almost drove them mad. While Lucas and Mia are distracted, Jen gathers her things and puts them in the raft before pushing it to the ocean to escape. However, her friends see her and run to stop her. Lucas grabs Jen, and in the struggle, she kicks Mia in the face. Furious, Mia retaliates by knocking Jen out with an oar. It's nighttime by the time she wakes up, and she's horrified to discover her friends have tied her to a tree. They refuse to untie her when she asks, but Mia leaves her. While walking on the shore, she notices some fish pieces in the water. Suddenly Lucas and Jen hear Mia scream, so Lucas grabs a torch and runs to help her. He finds the monster killing Mia and hits it with the torch, only for the beast to push him away. Then it jumps into the sea and takes Mia with it. By the time Jen finally cuts the ropes off, it's too late. There's only blood left in the water. The next morning Lucas finally agrees to leave in the raft with Jen. They put all their things in the raft and take off at last. Inside the raft, Jen is surprised to see multiple bloodstains. As Lucas starts to row, he suddenly sees the creature swimming under them. Its claws reach out to attack Lucas, who immediately hides inside the raft, and Jen closes it up. However, the monster doesn't give up and starts scratching the bottom of the raft. After a few hits that make the whole structure shake, the monster punches a hole and pokes its head in. Jen immediately kicks it, and Lucas starts shooting the flare gun. The first time he misses, but the second flare lands in the beast's mouth. The duo then uses the chance to push it back into the water with the spear. For a second, they think they're safe. However, the creature reaches through the raft base again and drags Jen underwater, intending to take her to its hole. While she struggles against its hold, Jen remembers Lucas's dagger and uses it to stab the beast, which lets go of her and swims away. At that moment, it sees Lucas jumping in the water to rescue Jen and quickly swims toward him, grabbing him at the last second to then drag him into the hole. After yelling in grief, Jen swims back to the shore and notices the fire they supposedly put out still has a little spark left. Jen runs to work on rekindling it until proper flames appear again. Afterward, she grabs the notebook and writes a letter explaining what's happening in case she dies and someone finds her. She then prepares for a final stand, making spears, digging traps, and gathering wood. While digging, she finds a skeleton and uses the bones in her plan. That night, the monster follows the smell of fish into her trap. Jen lights pyres, surrounding it with fire, and attacks with her spear. The beast fights back, but Jen keeps stabbing it, using bones and spears despite being knocked down and injured. The battle is brutal. The monster pins her down, but she frees herself by stabbing it repeatedly in its wounds. Bleeding and weakened, the monster tries one last attack but collapses. Jen finishes it off with a spear, cuts off its head for proof, and heads to the raft as the jungle burns behind her.